Okay, ready? All right, hi everyone, and welcome to the very first edition of Globerhood. The guest that we have today is Mark Manson. Excuse my puppy. Mark, I'm super excited to have Mark on Globerhood because I actually just came across an article of his that is flying around the internet called 10 Things That Most Americans Don't Know About America, correct? Okay. Yes, it is everywhere. It's exploded. So, Mark, you're currently in Colombia right now, correct? And your article is posted on your blog, which is called Postmasculine. Postmasculine.com. And how's that been? Are you like an internet celebrity now, or? Really? Well, that's just self-denial, right? So, Mark, you've traveled all around the world, and you're currently in Colombia right now. Globerhood is basically connecting the global community, and it's what I want it to become is a resource for people who really want to live abroad. So why don't you tell us, in all of your travels, where did you live the longest? And, and where are you from originally? Okay. So tell us more about that. What made you pick up and leave? Hmm. And what was that? Do you want to share or no? And when you settle, you plan on settling abroad? Very cool. So you are currently sustaining yourself in Colombia through postmasculine.com? And you wrote a book, correct? Interesting. Is that something you have to get certified for, or are you just the proof is in the pudding? Uh-huh. Very interesting. So, okay, tell us, for all of us out there who are thinking about making the move. I know when I decided to make my move, I was like, all right, I need to be able to make money from anywhere. You kind of made a bunch of money really quickly and took off with a lump sum under your belt. Okay. Okay. Great. So that's something that I want to do with Globerhood is really get specific. And I know for me in Mexico, I found that I was able to get by on about $300 to $350 a week. So I just knew that if I could keep my income above that level, I would be all right. So you first went to Argentina and you were making just a little bit more, about $1,500 a month. And would you say that you could live comfortably in Argentina on that? Yeah. Okay, great. So why don't you tell me a little bit about the biggest obstacle you overcame in your travels and getting abroad? I've read on your site that you're bilingual? Right, okay, you can get by in a few languages. Right. Yeah, I can relate. I would say that the first group of friends that I made here, some of them I'm still friends with, but in retrospect, it was just like a whole different world that those first 6 months, I would say. So tell us about what you would say is the biggest reward of living abroad in your experience. Excellent. So tell me if you're all over the place, but you plan on settling, I think you said, in Brazil. Why don't you tell me a little bit about some of the stereotypes, the biggest stereotypes that you had going into your travels, maybe about a particular place or a couple places, and how you found them to hold up. I know you just, obviously you're kind of famous now for your article about a lot of stereotypes about Americans. But what do you think about where you've been and how it stacked up to what you heard? Yeah, absolutely. I could definitely relate to the safety thing. You just have to go. I mean, that's my advice, but I want to close with your advice to someone who is, living in America right now or wherever they are, and they're thinking, man, I would just love to live in that country. What would be your advice on making it happen? Yeah, absolutely. Great advice. So, Mark, if people want to get a hold of you, what's the best way? Postmasculine.com? Excellent. Mark, so hang on the line. I'm going to cut off the recorder, and we'll just make sure that this first video went well. But it's been a super pleasure having you on Globerhood. Welcome to the global community. Thank you.